Hello everybody, today we're going to finish off our little run through of Unclean Machine, which is a sonic extension by Spectrasonics for Omnisphere. And this one we're just going to look at the effects section. There's two effects that come with this extension of Unclean Machine. It is Unclean Channel and Unclean Verb. I think Unclean Verb just speaks for itself. It's gives some funky sort of sound and reverb, which we'll come to in a minute. Unclean Channel gives you an instant nostalgic vibe to your sound, as though it's been put through different things, analog things like cassettes, VHS tapes, records, boomboxes, etc. And it sort of gives you the ambience of it actually gone through that particular machine. So what I'm going to do, I've quickly mocked together a very simple patch, and a percussive type synth sound always sort of highlights these effects a lot better. So you get a synth sound like this. Nice short staccato-y sound. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do too much talking like I've done in other videos. I'm just going to stop talking in a bit, and just because I always think the effects are better heard than explained, if you get what I mean, so you can actually hear what each dial actually does rather than somebody talking over the top of it. So without further ado, we'll go straight for the sonic extension of Unclean Channel. So there we go, we get saturation, low cut, high cut, that basically speaks for itself. This is where you get your tape section of drift and speed, and then you get more parameters, can't think of the word then, and you can then, this is what you can actually highlight what it's going through. You've got all these, which I won't go through all of them, I'll go through some of them when I do a quick walkthrough of it. Whereabouts it comes in the chain, and then you can hype that sound by compressing and enhancing the gain. So this is what happens to it. First of all, without. I'll just reset that for you, so those are not. Let's clicked Unclean Channel, and we just go to more. Now this is the bit I do like, the noise that you can induce into the sound. That takes me back to a time, sorry to interrupt that sound, it takes me back to a time when I was actually doing a recording of me playing the pipe organ at a particular church, and it got ruined right near the end because somebody who was helping me record didn't turn off the mobile phone, so I got dee over the end of it, and there we go, we had to start all over again. So anyway, back to it. So that's what Unclean Machine, that's the name of the extension, it's Unclean Channel. What Unclean Channel actually does to the sound, so you can introduce a lot of the retro vibe quite quickly in just one actual effect. To get that, normally you'd probably have to do quite a few effects and put them in sort of like in a chain. You can do this all in one, which is great. So your amount, you notice there's no slider here to, unlike if I just bring up a reverb, like this has got a nice slider to decide on the mix of how much you actually apply. This doesn't, because you control it by using this amount knob here, and the saturation knob here really just says how much is going to be applied to it. So what we're going to do next is Unclean Verb. Now this one does have a slider of exactly how much you can add of the effect, how much of the wet signal you can mix in with your normal dry one. So without, we get this, and with that gives you a lot of lo-fi funky goodness here. So here we go. We've got your normal reverb and your type of reverb. You've got your sort of this is your tape effect, so your flutter, your modulation, your crunch. Here, low cut, high cut, standard, and then some of these wonderful things here that adds a little bit more to the sound. It adds sort of harmonics to the sound, which is harder to explain and it's easier to demonstrate, hence why I'm going to play rather than tell you what each parameter does in full. So that sort of adds an extra dimension to your sound, because I've done nothing with the patch. It's just purely Unclean Verb adding that extra octave to it. So there we go, two very simple effects that can really distort your sound into a nice lo-fi retro goodness. So this has been the effects that come with Unclean Machine. Absolutely fantastic sound set. If you've not heard, well, sound set patch library, and it comes with its own samples. If you've not actually heard what it can do, check out my earlier video. I've also got another video on the track that I've actually composed just using the patches from this library. You can get your own copy by going to sonicextensions.com, and I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, and remember, subscribe to the channel and ding that bell and give this video a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one.